what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab.
And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you.
Few fantasy fights stir up boxing fans more than Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Terence "Bud" Crawford. Both men dominated their eras, but in totally different ways. Experts and fighters keep arguing. Who would actually win if these two geniuses ever met in the ring? It's more than just about skill. It's Mayweather's untouchable perfection against Crawford's ruthless versatility and killer instinct. A clash of legacies, not just styles.
Definitely want to agree that he's done shit that Floyd Mayweather ain't done.
Like what?
Like what?
What that don't know?
He is a two-time undisputed champion. Floyd wasn't a one-time undisputed champion. So he has all the belts in one division and then moved up and got all the belts in another division. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of boxing.
Yes, and he beat the man.
And he beat the man. Let's give Terence Crawford his flowers because everything he said he was going to do,
he done it.
He did.
Floyd Mayweather walked away from boxing with a spotless 50-0 record, one of the cleanest in history. He beat world champions in 5 different weight divisions, proving his greatness again and again. What made him special wasn't just his speed or defense. It was how he shut down every style, whether you were a power puncher or a slick technician.
Floyd Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor in the 10th round to improve to 50-0 in what he says will be his final fight. I actually believe him this time, Max. What's his legacy?
Well, he's one of the great pure boxers who ever lived. He is never cheated himself. He always was in condition. He had no off nights. That's why he won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Not because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where and when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing. I'll translate. He flipped the script. I mean, really, boxing is basically, and this is just the way it is, and I'm a huge boxing fan, and I make no apologies about it, but it is fans and networks essentially exploiting fighters. That's how it works. We want to, and we demand a level of dedication and risk-taking with your health that's insane, right? Like, someone's getting their head beaten every which way, and if you quit, you don't have heart. You can't be a great fighter, which is true, by the way. It's a blood sport. And Floyd, and usually fighters wind up broke and punch drunk. And Floyd Mayweather flipped the script. He said, no, I'm not going to let the game play me. I'm going to play the game.
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, has built one of the most complete legacies of modern boxing. He's become undisputed in multiple weight classes, showing he can adapt to any opponent or style. His switch hitting skills, explosive power, and high fight IQ make him a nightmare in the ring. Crawford's dominance at welterweight has pushed him into the pound-for-pound conversation, where the only name still floating above him is Mayweather's. And now, even boxing legends and veterans are stepping up to give their take on who'd really win.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the oath.
Oscar De La Hoya, who once faced Mayweather in the ring, still believes Floyd stands above everyone, calling him untouchable because of his perfect record and technical brilliance. His take mirrors what many old-school boxing figures feel, deep respect for Mayweather's mastery and his consistency at the elite level. But then came Canelo Alvarez, who's fought both Mayweather and Crawford, and he flipped the script. Canelo shook up the boxing world by claiming Crawford is way better than Floyd, praising Bud's ring IQ, adaptability, and the quality of his recent wins. And when a superstar like Canelo, who's been in there with both, says that, people pay attention.
I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, you know, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
You faced Mayweather, what, you were 23 years old, I believe?
23.
And
Just
again,
turned 23.
yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you gave up the weight concession. You gave up the rehydration clause. And I always thought if you would have faced him, you know, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
You know, he deserved the position in the moment because, you know, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that moment. You know, I try to make history, and I try to put myself in the very top in that moment. But for some reason, doesn't happen, right? And yeah, like you say, if I had that fight with Miguel Angel Cotto first and all these kind of fights, and then fight Mayweather, maybe go in the different way. But you know, we never gonna know. We never gonna know. And I learned what from that fight, and like I say, things happen for a reason.
Oscar De La Hoya, who fought Mayweather, still calls Floyd the superior fighter, unbeatable in skill and legacy. But Canelo Alvarez, who's faced both, disagrees. He shocked fans saying Crawford is way better than Floyd, praising Bud's IQ and versatility. So who's really the best, Mayweather or Crawford? Comment your take below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more boxing debates.